Nobody expected America's toughest family court judge to be outsmarted by Hollywood's most controversial father. Judge Lauren Lake's eyes blazed with maternal authority as she prepared to destroy Tom Cruise's paternity claims in front of 2 million viewers. Mr. Cruise, your Hollywood lifestyle and questionable parenting choices don't qualify you to lecture anyone about family responsibility, she declared with crushing judicial finality. But what the Mission Impossible star revealed next would leave Judge Lake speechless and revolutionize how America views celebrity parenting. That if you want to see how Hollywood's most intense actor exposed America's family court system using evidence that redefined modern parenting. Watch this entire story and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking confrontations that the legal establishment tried to suppress. The Lauren Lake's paternity court studio in New York City buzzed with unusual tension that Wednesday afternoon in June 2026. The case of Mitchell v. Cruise had drawn unprecedented media attention as one of Hollywood's biggest stars faced paternity allegations that could reshape both his personal legacy and public understanding of celebrity family responsibility. Judge Lauren Lake, at 55, had spent over a decade building her reputation as America's most trusted voice on family law and parental responsibility. Her syndicated television show had become appointment viewing for millions of Americans who appreciated her no-nonsense approach to deadbeat parents, irresponsible fathers, and family dysfunction that damaged children's lives. Lake's background as a family law attorney, her experience as a mother, and her passionate advocacy for children's rights had made her the most respected figure in television family court. Her ability to see through deception, expose parental neglect, and hold adults accountable for their impact on children had earned praise from legal professionals and child advocacy organizations nationwide. The judge's approach to family cases was both maternal and judicial. She combined legal expertise with emotional intelligence to protect children's interests while educating parents about their responsibilities. Her show had become a platform for teaching family values, demonstrating proper parenting, and exposing the damage caused by selfish or negligent adult behavior. But Lake had also developed a reputation for being particularly harsh toward celebrity parents, whom she viewed as prioritizing fame and career over their children's well-being. Her criticism of Hollywood parenting culture had made her a controversial figure among entertainment industry professionals, though her audience strongly supported her child-focused perspective. The case before her court involved allegations by Marcus Mitchell, a former Cruise associate, who claimed that Tom Cruise had fathered his daughter during a brief relationship 20 years earlier. Mitchell was seeking not just financial support but public acknowledgement of paternity and Cruise's acceptance of parental responsibility for a child he had allegedly abandoned. Tom Cruise, at 64, had spent decades dealing with intense media scrutiny of his personal life, particularly his relationships, marriages, and parenting of his 3 children with different mothers. His high-profile divorces from Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes had generated extensive speculation about his parenting abilities and his relationship with his children. Cruise's dedication to Scientology had also created controversy about his parenting philosophy and his children's exposure to religious practices that many Americans viewed with suspicion. Critics had suggested that his religious beliefs and demanding career schedule interfered with his ability to be an effective present father. What made this case particularly explosive was that it involved not just financial claims, but fundamental questions about Cruise's character as a father and his commitment to his children's well-being. Lake's court had become the venue for a broader examination of celebrity parenting and the responsibilities that came with wealth, fame, and public influence. The courtroom was packed with family law experts, entertainment journalists, child advocacy representatives, and viewers who had followed Lake's show for years. The audience included many parents who viewed the case as a test of whether celebrities could be held to the same standards of accountability as ordinary Americans. As Tom Cruise entered the studio that afternoon, he carried himself with the same intense focus that had made him legendary in Hollywood. But his demeanor suggested someone who understood the seriousness of family court proceedings rather than treating the appearance as another publicity opportunity. Judge Lake took her position with the maternal authority that had made her the most trusted voice in television family court. Her opening was calculated to establish the moral framework that would guide her evaluation of both the legal claims and the broader questions about Cruz's fitness as a father. Mr. Cruz, this court exists to protect children's interests and ensure that all parents accept responsibility for the lives they create. Judge Lake began, her voice carrying the combination of legal authority and maternal concern that had made her famous. Before we examine the specific paternity claims in this case, I want to address the broader questions about your parenting philosophy and your commitment to the children who already call you father. The statement immediately established that Lake intended to evaluate not just the legal allegations, but Cruz's overall approach to parenting and family responsibility, setting up a comprehensive examination of his character and values. Cruz responded with respectful attention that suggested he understood the gravity of family court proceedings. Your Honor, I appreciate the seriousness of these proceedings and the court's commitment to protecting children's interests. I'm prepared to address both the specific allegations and any questions about my dedication to my children. Lake's expression showed skepticism about celebrity parents who claimed dedication while maintaining demanding careers and controversial lifestyles. Mr. Cruz, your Hollywood lifestyle and questionable parenting choices don't qualify you to lecture anyone about family responsibility. This court has seen too many absent fathers who confuse financial support with actual parenting. The attack was designed to establish Lake's authority while challenging Cruz to defend not just the specific paternity allegations, but his entire approach to balancing career and family responsibilities. Furthermore, Lake continued, your involvement with Scientology raises serious questions about the environment you provide for your children and whether your religious priorities interfere with your parental responsibilities. The criticism was pointed and reflected broader public concerns about Cruz's parenting that had been discussed in entertainment media for years, particularly regarding his relationship with his daughter Suri following his divorce from Katie Holmes. But Cruz's response would begin a systematic presentation that would challenge every assumption Lake had made about his parenting while demonstrating preparation and evidence that would shock everyone in the courtroom. Your Honor, I understand your concerns and appreciate the opportunity to address them comprehensively, Cruz replied, producing a leather briefcase that suggested extensive preparation for this family court appearance. However, I believe the allegations and assumptions about my parenting are based on media speculation rather than actual evidence about my relationship with my children or my commitment to their well-being. He opened the briefcase and removed what appeared to be comprehensive documentation that immediately captured Lake's attention. I've brought detailed evidence about my involvement in my children's lives, my financial support, and my dedication to their education, health, and personal development. Lake attempted to dismiss this preparation as typical celebrity damage control. Mr. Cruz, every negligent parent who appears in this court claims to be dedicated to their children. This court is interested in evidence, not public relations statements. Cruz's response would reveal the depth of his preparation and the comprehensive nature of evidence that would challenge Lake's preconceptions about celebrity parenting. Your Honor, I agree completely that evidence matters more than claims, Cruz replied, connecting his tablet to the courtroom's display system. That's exactly why I prepared comprehensive documentation of my actual parenting rather than relying on media narratives or public assumptions. The screen displayed detailed records that immediately demonstrated the thoroughness of Cruz's preparation and his understanding of what family court required for credible parenting evidence. These are educational records showing my direct involvement in my children's schooling, including attendance at parent-teacher conferences, participation in school events, and communication with teachers about their academic progress, Cruz explained, showing specific documentation that went far beyond typical celebrity involvement. The educational records were extensive and detailed, demonstrating consistent parental engagement rather than the distant celebrity parenting that Lake had expected to expose. This documentation covers my children's medical care, including my presence at routine appointments, involvement in health decisions, and coordination with healthcare providers about their well-being, Cruz continued, displaying medical records that showed hands-on parental responsibility. Lake was beginning to realize that Cruz had come prepared with a kind of comprehensive evidence that she rarely saw from any parent, celebrity or otherwise. But she attempted to challenge him on the broader lifestyle issues that had attracted media criticism. Mr. Cruz. Involvement in routine parenting tasks doesn't address the larger questions about the environment you provide for your children, Lake said. How do you justify exposing them to dangerous film sets, controversial religious practices, and the instability that comes with your demanding career? Cruz's response would reveal sophisticated thinking about modern parenting challenges, while demonstrating how his unique circumstances had actually enhanced rather than compromised his children's opportunities and development. Your Honor, I believe those concerns reflect assumptions about celebrity parenting that don't match the reality of how I've structured my family life, Cruz replied, clicking to new evidence that would challenge traditional concepts of parental responsibility. Rather than exposing my children to dangerous or inappropriate environments, my career has provided them with educational opportunities and life experiences that most children never access. He displayed documentation of educational travel, cultural experiences, and learning opportunities that his children had received through his work and resources. My children have learned multiple languages through international filming, studied different cultures through travel, and gained life skills through exposure to professional environments that teach discipline, teamwork, and dedication. The evidence was compelling and reframed Cruz's career as an educational advantage rather than a parental liability, challenging Lake's assumptions about the impact of celebrity lifestyle on children's development. Furthermore, Cruz continued, rather than creating instability, my financial success has provided my children with educational opportunities, healthcare access, and personal security that ensure their well-being regardless of circumstances. He clicked to financial documentation showing educational investments, trust fund establishment, and comprehensive provision for his children's future that went far beyond typical parental financial responsibility. Lake was now confronting evidence that challenged her preconceptions about celebrity parenting, but she attempted one final attack on the religious and lifestyle issues that had generated the most public criticism. Mr. Cruz, your financial resources are impressive, but what about the concerns regarding your religious involvement and its impact on your children's spiritual and social development? Cruz's response would deliver the most comprehensive defense of his parenting philosophy, while exposing the biases and assumptions that often shaped public judgment of family choices. Your Honor, I believe religious freedom includes the right to raise children according to sincere spiritual beliefs, just as any parent does regardless of their faith tradition. Cruz replied with obvious preparation for this sensitive topic. My children have been raised with strong moral values, respect for others, and commitment to personal responsibility, the same goals that guide parents of all religious backgrounds. He displayed evidence of his children's community involvement, charitable work, and personal achievements that demonstrated positive character development rather than the social problems that critics had predicted. Most importantly, Cruz continued, each of my children has been encouraged to develop their own beliefs, pursue their own interests, and make their own choices about their spiritual and personal development as they mature. The evidence showed respect for children's autonomy and individual development rather than the religious indoctrination that critics had alleged, demonstrating thoughtful parenting that prioritized children's well-being over parental control. But Cruz wasn't finished addressing the specific paternity allegations that had brought the case to court. Your Honor, regarding the specific paternity claims in this case, I brought DNA evidence that will definitively resolve any questions about biological relationships. He produced certified laboratory results that had been prepared by multiple independent testing facilities. These tests, conducted by 3 separate laboratories using the highest accuracy standards, conclusively demonstrate that I am not the biological father of Mr. Mitchell's daughter. The DNA evidence was comprehensive and scientifically unassailable, providing definitive resolution to the legal question at the heart of the case, while demonstrating Cruz's commitment to factual truth over public relations management. Lake reviewed the DNA evidence and supporting documentation, realizing that the scientific results were clear and legally decisive. Mr. Cruz, the DNA evidence does appear to conclusively resolve the paternity question. But the broader impact of Cruz's presentation had already transformed the proceeding beyond the specific legal allegations to address fundamental questions about celebrity parenting, family responsibility, and public judgment of personal choices. However, Lake continued, "Your presentation today has challenged many assumptions about celebrity parenting and demonstrated a level of preparation and documentation that this court rarely encounters." The admission represented a significant shift in Lake's assessment of Cruz's character and parenting, acknowledging that his evidence had exceeded her expectations and challenged her preconceptions about Hollywood family values. The case concluded with Lake dismissing the paternity claims based on scientific evidence. But the broader impact extended far beyond the legal resolution. Cruz's comprehensive demonstration of responsible parenting had challenged media narratives about celebrity family life while establishing new standards for evidence-based evaluation of parental fitness. Within hours, family law experts were analyzing Cruz's presentation as a model for how parents could document their involvement and commitment in ways that transcended public speculation and media criticism. The confrontation became a turning point in how celebrity parenting was evaluated and discussed, demonstrating that public figures could be both successful professionals and dedicated parents when they approached family responsibility with the same intensity and preparation they applied to their careers. Tom Cruise had not only won his legal case, but had challenged stereotypes about celebrity parenting while demonstrating that true family responsibility required evidence and commitment rather than just public relations or media management. Judge Lauren Lake had discovered that her assumptions about celebrity parents needed to be tested against actual evidence rather than media narratives, and that effective parenting could take many forms when guided by genuine love and commitment to children's well-being. The case proved that authentic family values transcended lifestyle choices, career demands, or religious beliefs when parents maintained genuine dedication to their children's development, security, and happiness.